Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Australian Open 2023 Day 6 roundup. We're going to get into it. Before we do though, remember to that like button and do subscribe if you are new as well. It is greatly appreciated, your guys' support, and also thank you to all the members that are supporting the channel. Genuinely, it is fantastic to have your support. Let's get into it then. First of all, we're going to do a roundup of the day's play, so for the men's and women's side, and then I'll give you guys my star of the day. Then we'll look forward to tomorrow's matches. Of course, the fourth round is starting, so it's starting to really heat up. We're into the second week, and I will give you guys my predictions. So my predicted winners and some of the matches you should look out for. If you want a more detailed preview for the Tsitsipas-Sinner fourth round match, do check out our channel. We do have an uploaded video of that, really breaking it down and going into detail on that match. Let's get into it. So Andy Murray losing to Roberto Bautista Agut, the dream run where he battled his way through Berrettini and Kokkinakis, unfortunately coming to an end. He played over 5 hours in both those matches, 5 setters, and I think it was pretty telling in that first round, and it took him time to warm up, and then he fought in the second set. He actually had a few points where he had to save set points in that tiebreaker, and then managed to come back and win that tiebreaker 9-7 in ridiculous fashion. He was also a breakdown in that set at one point. So he was always up against it throughout the match. If he hadn't played that many hours, would it have been different? Possibly. But it's a good positive sign for Murray, I think, for the rest of the year. If he gets a kind draw, then he'll have time to warm into the tournament. Now, that's not to say he's going to win a slam, but I think he could have some decent results this year. I think this is probably his most promising year since his metal hip surfacing procedure. I think this could be his best year since then. Djokovic beat Dimitrov in straight sets. A really good win for him in the end. He did struggle with the hamstring, and he was kind of feeling it a little bit and struggled in some of the points, didn't really go for some of the balls just because I guess he was worried that he was going to do more damage to it. Dimitrov is a really interesting one because I was doing the commentary for the match. Thank you to everyone that joined the live stream commentary for it. I wasn't impressed with him at all. I know in the first set he did okay. Like he saved some set points from Djokovic. He then had some set points. He didn't convert when he should have. Ended up losing the tiebreaker 9-7. Okay, you could say, well, tied set. But the second set onwards, there was really no excuse. And he should have known what to do. It was almost like he had some historical mental scarring tissue from losses to Djokovic in the past, and it really played a part in the way that he played against him. He didn't really play him the way he should have, given that he was struggling with movement. That was disappointing for Djokovic, though. Some positive signs, serving well, coming to the net beautifully, and of course, Djokovic 10 years ago wouldn't have been able to win a lot of free points on serve and also come forward in transition and finish at the net consistently, and that's what he's been doing, I think, to really help himself and avoid getting into those lung-busting rallies. Ben Shelton continued his fantastic run against Popyrin of Australia in a really, really good win in straight sets. I thought he'd win, and I did predict it yesterday, but I didn't think that he would win straight sets. Also, I just want to say I'm pretty sure I got every single match right apart from the Murray match. Now, I think that's pretty impressive for predictions. Do check out my predictions from yesterday if you don't believe me. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. But I didn't predict the sets right, I have to say. So Shelton won in straight sets. Really, really good victory for him. JJ Wolf beat Mo in straights as well. I mean, these are some career best performances from these players, and the Americans are really on the charge on the ATP side. Even Tommy Paul beat Brooksby in straight sets. Great win for him. Look at that 6-1, 6-4, 6-3. Really, really comprehensive. Alex de Minaur, also comprehensive. A tiebreaker in the first set, but won at 7-love. But then look at that 6-2, 6-1. He'll play Novak Djokovic in the next round. Can he prove the toughest test yet with the Australian crowd behind him? You'd hope so, but we'll see. Holger Rune beat Burr in straight sets. Good win for him, and he marches on, and he keeps on looking more formidable than many people might think. So, yeah, very interesting. Rublev beat Evans in straight sets as well. I have to say, very, very good from Rublev, and Evans is a tricky customer, so that's an impressive victory. On the women's side, Linette beat Alexandrova. I predicted that in straights. Caroline Garcia won in 3 sets. That was a little bit trickier than I would have expected for Caroline Garcia, but a comprehensive victory in the end. Sabalenka beat Elise Mertens in straight sets. Good win for Saba. And Kvitova beat Vondrasova in 3 sets. Again, predicted that. Again, a very impressive performance. And Zhang beat Vonyanets in straights. Bencic beat Georgi in straight sets. And Pliskova did the same to Gracheva. Vekic beat Parizas Diaz in straights as well. So there were a lot of straight set victories, and not as many as you might have expected to happen today. But you know what? It was still some pretty good tennis on show. Okay, let's talk about then the matches for tomorrow. So Hakac and Korda, there's 4 matches, I think, each on the men's and women's side. It's the 4th round. So there's 8 matches, 8 round of 16 matches on each side. So 4 today, or tomorrow, sorry, even on Sunday, 4 on Monday. And then, of course, we'll have the quarterfinals, semifinals, final, etc. So Hakac Korda is a fantastic matchup. Genuinely, I think that's got 4 or 5 sets written all over it. It's on Rod Laver Arena as well. I'm going to have to go with Seb Korda. I think he's going to take the momentum from the Medvedev win, and I'd like him to really roll with it. So hopefully he can. Nishioka Khachanov, I think Khachanov's going to come out on top. I tend to maybe undersell how good Khachanov is, especially in slams. He's very consistent, so I'm going to stick with him this time, and hopefully he repays my faith in him. Felix versus Lehecka. I think Felix should come through this. He hasn't been incredibly good in this tournament, and I know the balls aren't helping a lot of the attacking players, but I think he should come through it. And then Tsitsipas Sinner is a really, really good matchup. I think Tsitsipas is going to edge him again like he did last year at the Australian Open, and I just think Tsitsipas's progression on hard court has probably been more than Sinner on hard court since the last time they met at the Australian Open. So I reckon Tsitsipas is going to come out on top there. And it will be an entertaining match, though, whilst it lasts, that's for sure. On the women's side, we've got Swiatek versus Rybakina. Now, I predicted Rybakina to beat Swiatek when I did my bracket, so I'm just going to stick with that because I just think if anyone's going to be, it's going to have to be someone with a massive serve, with big ground strokes. I think the only issue that Rybakina might have is that the balls don't really help her cause. They're very, very slow and flat. The courts are quick, though, so I don't know. It's a difficult one, but I'm going to go with Rybakina. I think Swiatek is, of course, the clever choice, smart choice. Coco Gauff to beat Ostapenko, in my opinion, in 3 sets. And Pegula Krejcikova. I think Pegula's been playing so well. Krejcikova's a very wily customer. It's got 3 sets all over it, hasn't it? I'm going to go with Jessica Pegula to beat Krejcikova in 3. Azarenka to beat Zhu in 3 as well. That's what I'm going with. That's what I'm going with. I'm not sure, you know. I'm not sure. I'm really not. I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go with it. Okay. Then in terms of our player of the day, there's a lot of people we could pick. Ben Shelton's a shout. We've got JJ Wall, Tommy Poole, Andrei Rublev. On the women's side, there's some really good wins, of course, for Lynette, Caroline Garcia, for Kvitova, Sabalenka. I'm going to go with Kvitova because she's so young, and to beat her compatriot Vondrasova, who's so experienced in 3 sets, to me shows a level of maturity that not many people her age have on the tennis tour. And it's very impressive to see, and she's very talented. I'm very excited. I'm saying very a lot. I'm extremely excited about her progression this year. So I'm going to go with Kvitova as my player of the day. Let me know what you thought of the day's play and which matches are you looking forward to seeing tomorrow. Thank you very much, guys. Stay safe and well. We'll see you on the next video.